I'm walking in the footsteps of Zozimus. Michael Moran, the blind ballad singer who was born in Fadalally in 1794 and died in 1846 in number 14.5 Patrick Street. Well, Zozimus used to say, when I go to me home in Fadalally, I like to go be Fumbley Lane, because the cobblestones on Fumbley Lane are nicer. Now this is Fumbley Lane. Fadalally was off Ducker Lane, but actually the right name of the lane originally was Tucker Lane, called after George Tucker, who was a sheriff of Dublin in 1731. But this is Fumbley Lane, and I'd say that they're the same cobblestones that old Zozimus walked along, tapping his stick, going home after reciting his ballads and his poems up around Smithfield and the Haymarket and up around Patrick Street and Christchurch. Zozimus had a great crowd of friends. In the early days when he was a young man, he had all the old ballad singers of Dublin to help him to recite, because you must remember he was blind, he couldn't read. And how he got his name, Zozimus, was Bishop Kyle, who was the Bishop of Raphoe, Dr. Kyle. He wrote a book, St. Mary of Egypt. And in the book it told the story that Zozimus found St. Mary in the wilderness in the 5th century. Zozimus was the holy man. And our Zozimus would stand around and he'd say, gather around me. Am I standing in a puddle? Is it wet? Are my feet wet? No, go on, Zozimus, you're in a lovely dry spot. Go on with your old yarn. Go on with Moses. Give us St. Mary of Egypt, Zozimus. And Zozimus then would stand and he'd raise his hat and put his hand up to his forehead as if he was in prayer. As he said himself afterwards, he used to be waiting for the gods to inspire him. And then after a few inaudible words, he'd start off. But there was something like 220 lines in the poem St. Mary of Egypt. And how Zozimus learned it and memorized it was wonderful. Now all his old friends came down this lane, around to his home in Fadalally. Stony Pockets, the dear man, only the fool, who they say was as wise as an owl. And you had Fat Mary, who was the prima donna of the Dublin streets. And then you had Peg the man. And they'd all go up to Bobby Tompkins up in Cannon Street and get his dray and go off out to Cullinswood. And Zozimus would recite, they'd all sing and dance and whistle. And this was the characters of this area of the Liberties of Dublin.
Poor old Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sup. Ah, poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. For it's off each morning till I'm up.
We're coming down